So Mark Ruffalo, the dreadful actor who played the Hulk and ruined one of my favorite comic book characters ever in the Avenger movies. You know this guy? Yeah, Clown Ruffalo. He tweeted out that, folks, hold your laughter to the end of this. Capitalism is failing us, killing us, and robbing us of our children's future. As this guy thought this through, obviously now he's not much of a deep thinker. I can tell he plays make-believe for a living. And listen, I know there are a lot of hardworking actors out there who probably apply their skill, and a lot of conservatives. I was talking to a guy yesterday who's a Hollywood guy who's pretty conservative himself. But, I mean, let's just be honest. You know, you're not military, firefighter, or police people, or teachers. You're actors, okay? You're acting. We love what you do. Great. I mean, I kind of demean myself a lot, saying I talk for it. It's great. I had a job in the Secret Service. Now I talk for it. You're acting, okay? It doesn't entitle you to, like, some perch in the, the totem pole, the high end of the, intellectual series. We're all supposed to take you seriously because you act for them. Listen, some actors can be really smart. Not this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand the history of humankind, literally, not figuratively, has been death, starvation, pillage, plunder, war, short lifespans? The history of humankind has been exactly and precisely that. Until what happened, Joe? This revolutionary idea of economic freedom and liberty, that your hard work, capitalism, the isms, the idea that prices should determine what people can buy or not buy, not a king. The idea that you should be able to own land, not act as a slave to some or indentured servant to some monarch. The idea that you should be free from government interference in your life as long as you don't violate the civil rights of others. The idea that you should be able to work to earn a wage, not be forced to work for a monarch or a dictator. Folks, do you understand, to the younger listeners listening who've been told capitalism is an evil thing, do you understand the history of humankind was the depravity associated with the counterpoints to capitalism? No private property, no freedom to work for a wage, slave labor, servitude. Do you understand disease, pestilence, starvation? That's what came along with that. Life was short, it was brutal, it was ugly, and largely anhedonic, free of pleasure. You live in the greatest time in human history ever to be alive. The poorest people on the socioeconomic scale in America collectively live better than the richest people who lived 200 years ago. That's not true. No, it is. You live longer. You have more access to food. You have more access to free entertainment than even the richest people had 200 years ago because of capitalism. But this bonehead who doesn't have, a 1/1,000,000th of the intelligence of Bruce Banner, who he plays in the movie, is telling capitalism is killing us? Have you thought this through, Ruffalo?
There go the dendrites. The synapses
They're
failing.
being pruned right now. The islets of Langerhans, the Schwann cells, whatever, they're all being pruned off. Listening to this stupidity. Joseph,
My goodness.
There's an inflection point in human history where life goes from being awful to being bearable to being pretty decent. That inflection point is economic freedom and capitalism. He must have missed the history lesson on that one.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.